through those things. I believe the reason why is because he wanted to demonstrate, or even God wanted to demonstrate, that when we have a connection with the Father, it doesn't matter what circumstance can come to us, we can still live without sin. That's the main issue. Remember I said earlier on, before we get to the cross and Jesus dying, the main reason that Jesus came to this world is not only because dying on the cross. He had to live a sinless life first. Why? Because in the beginning, Adam and Eve failed. So Jesus says, okay, I'm going to come and I'm going to demonstrate that obedience to God's law is possible as a man.
Like what you're saying concerning Jesus, and
yes.
he had to, it's perhaps a way to teach the people, like
yes.
demonstration, for example.
Yes.
What I noticed is that when it comes to like Jesus,
yes,
and what his mission was.
As I was saying, like when it comes to like Jesus and how he saw himself,
yeah,
and how he viewed God,
yeah,
I think that is imperative.
yes,
when it comes to understanding who he was as a man,
yes,
what his mission was,
yes,
who he was sent to,
yes.
what he was sent for.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to Jesus' view of God, for example,
Yes.
like you see in the Gospel of John,
Yes.
in chapter 17, verse 3, he says that this is eternal life, that they may know you, the only true God,
Yes.
and Jesus Christ whom you sent.
Yes.
Correct me if I misquoted,
No,
or
it's
words to those
perfect.
effect.
Perfect.
So, in the English language, only, we know what only means.
Only one. Yes.
The only true God. So, we see here that Jesus himself, he doesn't say that they may know us,
Yes.
the only true gods.
Yes.
He specifically says only with regards to what you would say is referred to as the Father, right?
Yes.
So, and also like when you see him, when he discusses with Mary Magdalene, again in the Gospel of John, I forget the exact chapter and the reference, but he says,
okay. Yeah.
he says, "Do not hold on to me, for I have not returned to the Father. Instead, go instead to my brothers and tell them, I'm returning to my Father and your Father,
That's right.
to my God and your God."
That's right.
So,
John chapter 20, verse 17.
17. Thank you, brother.
Yes.
So, what I find, I don't want to say, I find odd.
It's odd.
I find odd. No,
Okay.
what I mean to say is that I find odd that Jesus' words are crystal clear.
Yes.
Is explicit in what he believes concerning himself and
Yes.
concerning God, but then you have Christians coming along saying that he taking words which are not explicit
Yes.
and using them as what they claim to be evidence that Jesus is divine,
Yes.
but his explicit words
Yes.
tell us otherwise.
Okay.
What are your thoughts concerning that?
Okay. Now the reason I came here, opened my Bible up is because you're quoting from John chapter 18 or 19, where it says, "Don't touch me. I haven't ascended to the Father."
Chapter 20, right?
Chapter 20.
Is it John 20? Yeah.
Verse 17.
Okay. So, but you may have read then John chapter 20, the same chapter. Jesus does something. Let me see if I can find it.
Sure.
So Jesus says, Jesus had 12 disciples, right? When he resurrected, according to the Bible, he appeared to the disciples, but one of them wasn't there, Thomas. So I'm just reading the account here. Thomas said to the disciples, they said, "We've seen Jesus." He said, "I don't believe that. I saw him on the cross. I don't believe that. Unless I touch him and see him, I'm not going to believe." Listen to this. It says, after 8 days again, his disciples were with him, and Thomas with them this time. Then came Jesus, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst and said, "Peace be unto you." Then said he to Thomas, "Reach hither thy finger and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless but believing." So he said, don't be faithless. Then he says, "And Thomas answered and said unto him, My Lord and my God." Now hold on a second. In no other part of the New Testament or the Old Testament do we find any man referring to another man, my Lord and my God. Nowhere.
Can I
Okay, go on.
interject?
Go on. Yeah.
When it comes to like the phrase "my Lord and my God," for
Yes.
example, when I read this in the preface of the NIV, by the way.
Okay.
When it comes to the wording,
Yes.
like the word Lord
Yes.
used in the Bible, if it's if it's lowercase,
Yes.
for example, capital L, and then lowercase letters,
Yeah.
it's like a lordly person, for example.
Right.
When it's all capitalized, it's
Yes.
referring to the Lord God.
Right.
So when you see the disciples referring to Jesus,
Yeah.
you see it in lowercase.
Yes.
So that it's like, or if for example they say Lord and it is capitalized, like for
Yes.
example here, like if something happens,
Yes.
like something hits Rayhan on the head from the tree,
Yeah.
I may go, Lord God, what happened?
Exactly.
Oh my God, do you understand? But,
Okay,
but anyway,
go on,
if you refer to the chapter here,
Yeah.
if you got it still, the
I got it,
reference?
yeah.
Read the expression, how it's written.
Oh, I hope this guy doesn't want to study. Hold on a second. Hey. Okay. I'll have to deal with that later.
Capitalized for God,
Okay.
lowercase for other than that.
So if you look at this is a King James version. It says, "And Thomas answered and said unto him, My Lord, capital, and my God." Right?
Yes.
So now check this out. It's interesting. In the book of Matthew chapter 14, Matthew chapter 28, something happens with Jesus that we don't see anywhere else in the Bible.
Right.
In chapter 14, let me read it to you, and then you tell me what you see. Okay? So Matthew chapter 14, it says this, and you tell me what you see. So Jesus is he's on the ship with the disciples. There's a storm that breaks out, and then he gets up and he calms the storm, and the sea is calmed. It says, and when they were coming to the ship, the wind stopped. Then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying, Of a truth, thou art the Son of God. Now, from this verse, it says they worshipped him. Now, we can say, yeah, in the Bible, there's other parts where people will worship like a sign of respect and reverence. But this is not the worship that we see here in this particular book. I'll tell you why. The same word, when you look at it in the book of Acts, the Cornelius, a Roman centurion, when he heard about the truth, he comes to Peter. Peter comes to his house. He falls down. He worships Peter. Peter says, hey, don't do that. I'm a man like you. Then you get to the book of Revelation. John is having these wonderful visions. The angel is there with him trying to give him these visions. He falls down to worship before the angel. The angel says, get up. Don't do that. Worship God alone. There's 4 references in the book Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, where it says Jesus was worshipped. And not one time did Jesus say, hey, hold on a second, don't worship me. So the thing is, I'm going to say this now because I don't want to, I cannot continue discussing the issue of Christ's divinity with you. The reason why is because I respect you as a Muslim and I know and understand your belief concerning it. Unfortunately, I believe differently. And so instead of having a ding-dong,
No, that's not it. I'm not clashing with you. I'm not here to clash with you.
No.
We're having
yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
a civilized discussion.
So I'm saying
Yeah.
that's my stand. I see Jesus as divine, and I respect Muslims in their belief and their understanding. But that's my understanding. That's my belief. I believe Christ is God. Now, there's something I just want to add before you go on. There's some things that I believe as a Christian, according to the Bible, that many other Christians maybe don't believe or they don't see it. When Jesus was come down to earth as a man, it says in 1 Timothy 3, I think it is, or 2 Timothy 3, God was manifest in the flesh. God was manifest in the flesh. So, and John chapter 1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So, there's evidence for me that Christ is God. However, when I said about what I said about the Christians a moment ago is that my understanding is that there's a work that Jesus had to accomplish, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier regarding obedience to God. The issue in this world, from a biblical perspective, is obedience to God. Can humanity obey? No, we can't obey except with the help of God. And the only reason we can obey and have life really is because Christ came to give us an example of how to obey.
Can I?
So that's my thoughts.
Do you want to respond? I
Yeah, sure.
I just feel like I'm leaving him out. I can
Can I
if
just say one
you
thing
can pick
before I
it,
do? Can I just ask?
you can take your pick.
Sorry, give me a second.
I don't want him to feel like I'm running away from the convo. I don't know.
Okay, I'm ready.
Remind me your name, bro.
Yeah, this
Remind me your name. Sorry.
Ridwan.
Ridwan. Sorry.
One.
sorry.
Okay.
I'm ready, Anil, when you are. So I need to get home. I got a meeting
Yeah,
tonight.
no problem.
Go on.
I'll be
So
very quickly. So, you mentioned about the doubting Thomas.
Yes.
Now, Thomas wasn't doubting about. If we're going by your interpretation here, that Thomas is saying that this is a proof that Jesus is divine, then you're telling me that all this time Thomas was doubting the divinity of Jesus? This doesn't add up. Because he interacted with Jesus Christ as well as the 11 other disciples. And you're telling me out of all the disciples, only Tom was doubting about the divinity of Christ.
No, he didn't doubt about the. I didn't say that. He doubted that Jesus rose from the dead.
Right. So that's not exactly. So that's not proving the divinity of Christ. That's only proving that he was resurrected.
Although, nowhere else in the Gospels or in the Bible do we see anywhere else somebody saying, "My Lord and my God." Thomas did.
No problem. No problem. But if you contextualize,
Yes,
contextualize the situation,
Yes.
Thomas was not sure if Jesus was resurrected or not. He wasn't.
I agree.
He wasn't saying, "Are you God or not?"
Yes.
It doesn't prove to him that Jesus is God. It's proving that he was resurrected.
Okay, fair
Okay.
play.
So a resurrected body is nothing special. It's nothing to do with the divinity of Christ, because we're all going to be resurrected one day.
Okay.
So that doesn't necessarily mean we're divine, are we? So first of all, Thomas wasn't doubting about whether Jesus was God or not. If you're going by your interpretation here, that all this time Thomas was doubting that he was God, then it just doesn't add up.
Yeah, but I didn't say that. I said he doubted that Jesus was had risen
Right.
from the dead.
But what's resurrection got to do with the divinity of Christ?
It's not what it has nothing to do. But what I'm saying is, the words that he spoke at that time give evidence that Thomas didn't see Jesus merely as a man. He said, "My Lord and my God."
My Lord and my God. Okay.
Would I say "My Lord and my God" to you?
As I said, if you look at that verse is not capitalized.
It is.
It's not.
I just showed you.
It's not
If you look at the
capitalized.
New International Version.
It's not. It's
Okay, you've gone by the
it's
New
Lord with a capital L
And even for the sake
and then
of
lowercase O R D.
That's an interesting point you made there.
Okay, guys, can I just take a number rather, because I really need to go. My friends are
Okay,
waiting.
no problem.
Please.
Are you going to?
Can I make one point before you leave?
Go on, please. Respectfully.
You said just now, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I have not ascended to your my God, my God, my God. Yes.
So Jesus acknowledges that he was a prophet.
Yes, I believe.
Do you accept that?
I believe.
Okay, second point is that if you go to the Revised Standard Version authorized in 1952, you'll see that verse where it says, "My Lord and my God."
Yes.
It's actually, it's not capitalized, it's in inverted commas.
Yes.
Do you know what inverted commas are?
No.
It means,
Yeah, I know what.
it means it was an outburst of surprise.
Okay.
You know, for example, if I said something,
I see what you're saying. That's what the brothers were saying. Okay, go. Yes, I see it. I'm gonna respectfully disagree, but listen.
He needs
the
to get
reason
going.
why I disagree.
Yeah.
The reason why I disagree is because of the other evidences that I was saying. John 1, Timothy 3, where it says God was manifested. So that's what I was saying. I respect the belief that my brothers have here. Maybe we can continue this discussion next time I come by.
Are you gonna?
Sorry about it. Next time.
Are you going to be here next week? Maybe not.
Oh yeah, I might be here next week. God willing.
Have you got Instagram?
Give me do you have a card or a number?
Of Instagram. Check we can converse on Instagram. We can maybe organise something.
Okay, yeah, give me your number, because
due to the restriction of time,
I don't have Instagram, to be honest.
No problem. Sorry, Hamza wants to say
I
something.
know you mentioned Timothy.
Yeah.
You mentioned John 1.
Yeah.
And I would love to go through these with you. And I would also like to go through from a language perspective.
Okay, that's
I know
fine.
you got a number. That's fine.
Okay, so I don't know. Okay, can somebody give me your number, or do you want to take my number? Okay, you give me your number.